Is that any better or is that too loud now? And I don't need you, and I don't need you. So it doesn't actually hit at all. So I wish this would update properly because it doesn't even come close. I can't move them into the line of fire because then, so maybe I can adjust it like that. Let's see how that looks. TARDIS is fine. Hasn't been opened in a little while, but well, that's the last time it was opened was when I showed you guys. I did think about working on it the other day, but something else came up. Oh, that looks messy. Why does that look so messy? See, that looks fine, but you go to render the thing and it looks like shit. Because I think I've got too many lasers trying to be fired, but that's still too many. Oh, that's too few. Because if you look at And I've just figured out why. Okay. Because I forgot that there was 4 emitters firing lasers. Because I thought they were mirrored. They are not. Looks okay. Oh, did we get a hit? Nope, we did not. Okay, so I'm gonna render that. Not completely on stream, but which one did I need to do next? Oh, I need to open that scene again. Jesus, that scared me half to death. Hate it. There's no reason for you to do that. Randomly playing dialogue. I accidentally opened a file the other day and it did it, and I was half asleep and it's not anymore.
Stop it.
Wow. If I disable the sound on one file, I want them all disabled. And the reason you moved over there was?
Oh, Peter.
Hello, Doctor Who fan. Where are my headphones? I'll watch them later, Devon. Doctor Who fan asks, how hard is editing? Editing, if you just mean editing the clips together. Oh, well, I cheat with Second Empire because I don't design anything. All the models are made by MechMaster. He just allows me to use them. He, if you're not aware already, he's the one responsible for making the Second Empire universe. He's done the story as a graphic novel, and he's basically allowed me to animate it. So I take the models and I have to make them move, which sometimes can be very difficult because he has designed them in a way to be seen from only one angle, and then all of a sudden the model has to be moving and basically acting. So some of it can be very hard, some of it can be as simple as copying the pages. Let's make that 25. Oh, I made a mistake because I meant to put a environment thing in here and then put the pyrocluster on the environment, and then we get the flame. There were some elements of Second Empire, or the Second Empire characters I have to design myself. Like the battle sources are not really designed for like boarding. If, for example, they were attacking a human ship and they wanted to board it, the only real way they could do it is fly some hoverbouts into the human ship's main hangar. They couldn't dock with the ship. These bays here, they're just for hoverbouts, entrance and exit. So I'm designing like a longer Star Destroyer-esque battleship. That's basically, you don't see it in Second Empire because it's part of the space fleet, and Second Empire takes place on planets. There is a bit of a space battle, but yeah. Also designed a couple of characters as well, more than a couple, but they haven't shown up yet. So, with you, how many missiles does he fire? He fires 2. Will I be remaking some scenes from the Blood of the Daleks? Not really, no. There are some. I do actually want to remake some. Like, I've already done one of the Planet of the Daleks scenes. I want to do some of the classic Who scenes with. What's a major? Oh, the battle. It's not really a flaw because it's not what they're designed to do. It's like saying the hoverbout isn't a very good transport. It's designed as a single Dalek transport, whereas a combat hoverbout there aren't really many instances where a Dalek would want to take over a human or an alien ship. They'd rather just blow it out of the sky. Alright, so I need another camera. I've got to do some drawing now. So we go to top down. Yeah, I suppose it is. It's Eighth Doctor is kind of weird because he's not part of the series, and he had one movie. But I mean, I'd still rather see an entire series with him, with Paul McGann in it, because he's such a good Doctor. I'm probably one of the few people that actually likes the TV movie. I can hear your thoughts, Doctor. Oh, John Hurt is... If you ever wanted to see me excited about Doctor Who, that moment was it. When they showed John Hurt at the end of whatever episode it was. Because I'm a fan of just John Hurt in general. He's awesome. Here's a question for you new Who fans. At the end of the episode where Clara and the Doctor are basically stuck in the Doctor's mind, alright, how do they get out? Because the next episode we see them out and there's not any mention. Well, is it in a comic or is it in a special that I missed? Because as far as I know, they didn't show them getting out. Or is it a simple matter of the Doctor clicking his heels 3 times and saying, I want to go home? Because I actually thought that's what the 50th was going to be, and that's how we were going to see the other Doctors, but I was wrong. Okay, we need a particle emitter. We need a pyrocluster. Then we need a line to spline, which is this one. Tangential? Tangential? Who can't be always correct? Just seems a bit weird that they didn't show it, that's all. Another word is for it is shitty writing. Funniest theories at the minute is what do you call it? The Star Wars Snoke theories. I'm just waiting for that character to be literally no one important. Like, he's never even existed in the Star Wars universe before, and people are like, oh, I thought it was Jar Jar. Hello, Lucas. Is that a that Minecraft Dalek pack as your profile picture, I see? It's been raining here too. Plagueis kind of would have made sense. I've heard some good theories about that. Saying that he did save himself from death, but not completely. That's why he looks so manky. And he's basically been watching his apprentice fail. Then he saw when the time was right and says, "Right, bitches, I'm back." My day has not been too bad. Thank you, Devastator. Or Devastator. Add another transformer to my collection. Oh, God, why will you not? I'm trying to get this to rotate, but it won't. Haha. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? I need a null. Put you in there. Then have. Right. Delete that for a second. And 180. Now, is that going to do the same thing? Yes, it is. What? Because I'm stupid. There you go. No! I don't think Snoke has a lightsaber. I think he's more like the Emperor. Like okay, the Emperor had a lightsaber in Clone Wars and Episode 3, but he doesn't prefer to use it. He's the sort of Sith that prefers to use the Force, because when you got Force lightning, that's all you really need. Or he's going to be some kind of new sort of power that can maybe manifest enemies from nowhere. Okay, so you've spelt it Devastator. And is that a Transformer reference, or is it just a name you like? Devastator. But Palpatine was in The Force Unleashed? Yeah, he had 2 in the Clone Wars. When he beat the crap out of Savage and Maul. Okay, let's see if this worked. Okay, that needs more smoke. Let's try 150. What this is meant to be simulating is a missile firing. Devastator, did you like Transformers 5? And also, what do you think, this might be news to you, but what do you think about John Cena being in the Bumblebee spin-off movie? It's a shame my friend Phil isn't here because he is a big Transformers fan and he's been basically teaching me all about it. Did I see the Star Wars lore videos I used to watch was Star Wars Explained until I got sick of his voice. Let me try and remind myself. Hey, I'm live streaming. Why is that? I don't think I ever watched the lore guy. I watched a couple of his videos. Mostly his. 896 videos. Bloody hell. And there was another one. I think. Oh, I'm not sure if you knew Devon, but I played the Star Wars Battlefront 2 alpha about a month or so ago, and it was glorious. I really can't wait for that game. Devastator, do I think that school is the best time in your life or not? It's certainly the easiest in terms of responsibility. Best, it depends on what your school life is like. Mine was kind of boring because I'm stupid and I was in the lower sets for everything. I'd like to think I've learnt more from life than I have from school, but right, you can shush now. It's the the last night is interesting. It's not as well, I'm a just fan of giant robots fighting, but it's not as bad as people make out to be, I don't think. Although I do wish they'd pay more attention to the actual lore than... Because when they killed Starscream off in the... Well, for the two deaths in Dark of the Moon that really pissed me off were Ironhide, and who got killed by Cosmic Rust, and Starscream. Two of probably the best characters ever in Transformers, and you didn't even give Starscream a chance to try and take over from Megatron. Not properly, anyway. Have a little bit in Revenge of the Fallen, and you had the initial, when Megatron comes back, he says, "You failed me yet again." That was it. I would have liked to have seen Thundercracker and Skywalk with him, but you can't have everything. And the Constructicons were not green. Sorry, rant over. Being an hour away from... Actually, I'm about an hour away from London. Are we in the same place? No, I'm about an hour and a half away. Ugh. If the Empire used clones, it would have been a lot better. The reason they didn't is because they were quite expensive. Initially, when people first saw Star Wars, they thought that the stormtroopers were robots. That's what there you are. Give Lucas the idea for the battle droids. In Devastator, in Revenge of the Fallen, I love the little bit where Megatron is clinging to the pyramid and he's actually waving at Devastator. It's like, ooh, over here. So what did everyone think of the Doctor Who trailer? I myself am quietly confident that it's going to lead us to think that it's going to be good, and then somehow they're going to screw it up. I wouldn't have him die at all. I'd give him a fighting chance. He got shot in the back, for Christ's sake. Oh, you're floating. Shot in the back by someone who was meant to be his ally. No, I'm not going to be watching any videos today, Devon. I've actually got stuff I need to do. I don't need to distract myself. As I've said before, I would love to watch an episode of Doctor Who and just be blown away by, like, wow, oh, get the same kind of, like, tingly, goosebumpy thing I get when I watch the Star Wars trailers. But I just can't. It's annoying. The infamous sister. Right, hang on. Okay, that's good. I think that's another shot done. So I'm going to render this. Yes, I want to overwrite. Sorry, Devon, but I don't get a lot of time to animate nowadays, and even when I have time, I just motivation isn't that great at the minute. So when I sit down to animate, it's all I really want to do. Get as much stuff done as possible. You won't miss many videos, Devastator. Although I've got look at the schedule, and I do actually have a schedule behind me. On the 3rd, I've got another Lego video coming out, another time-lapse build, and then on the 9th, I've got a model video coming out as well. Possibly some animation stuff as well, and this video will be made public as well. How many times can I say as well in one thing? Well, that's about as good as that's going to get. Ooh, I need to... Wait a minute, didn't I finish you? Swear I did. No, I don't have Second Life. Don't really have much time for games at the moment. The only games I really play is, well, I'm just playing through Transformers War for Cybertron, and... No, Fall for Cybertron, I finished War. And I've been playing a little bit of Minecraft as well, because that's kind of relaxing. 56.31. It's going to make me sound old, but I remember when Lego was cheap. I was looking at the Minecraft Lego sets the other day, and one of I think like the cheapest ones, like well, the big sets, the £100. Yeah, I played Battlefront 2, the alpha, for a few days. I was told that you can't make any videos of it, so I didn't, and then I'm seeing all these small bloody YouTube channels upload videos. I'm like, shouldn't you have got your account banned for that? Because it says in the non-disclosure, do not record any videos of this. I'm like, okay then. I posted about it, but bloody gaming channels. They do make me laugh though. Oh, we have such a hard job. Yeah, you do. I got that one. Is that the one with the Doctor and Clara? So I actually got that one. It's kind of fun. I'm setting up a table in my shed where I can just do custom Lego dioramas, and I might expand that set just so I can do an animation, a stop motion animation of the Doctor kicking Clara out of the TARDIS. 7.21. No, Maul doesn't have cybernetic legs, because he's from, it's episode 1 Maul. And I do have Minecraft on both Xbox and Xbox 360 and Xbox One, but I play it mostly on the PC modded. Next question. I am 5'6". I did say any questions. Touche. 57 shot 20. Why have I not got that rent? Huh? See, I don't have that problem because I don't get on buses. Hate them. Ugh. I'm actually really looking forward to the single player, just to play as an Imperial. It was quite a lot of fun running around as a battle droid, I'll have to say. Upset your laptop how? And just as you said that, a warning came up saying bad video settings. And I can get rid of that page. Twenty, 21, 22. Actually, that's one of the things that did impress me, the fact that if you do well, you get rewarded with heroes. Yeah. The one problem with Battlefront is that it has now made me want to cosplay it as a TIE pilot. Well, I wanted to cosplay as one anyway. When I do costumes, I prefer to do like background characters. I don't really do main characters. I did that once, but then I was like, there. Well, that's something I want to see at Comic-Con now, because when you go past the Doctor Who meet, you always see a load of girls dressing up as, well, they're doctors, which is fine. And I've, you know, they can do what they want, but I want to see some guys dressing up as the 13th Doctor. And if anyone goes, oh, you can't do that, it's just, well, yeah. 57 shot 22. Hello, Stormchopper. I like your profile picture. I try to keep it the same. It's not always possible, mind you. Sometimes... Okay, so that's... So, I have 7 shots left to finish for episode 12. I'm glad you say that. Careful, Devon. Yeah, but if they all make man children, then there will be no women to make more children, will there? Unless we all start growing each other in pods. Dressing up as Peter Capaldi is hard as it takes someone. I agree with that, and I also think that if you're... It's kind of a dangerous thing to kind of say, okay, guys should dress up as guys and girls should dress up as girls, because... Yes, but then again, you're interfering with people's choice, and it's... I'm just going to be un-PC and say I don't like it when tall people cosplay as short people, or at least keep to like the body proportions of the character. But something that really, really winds me up is, when was it? It was like my third Comic-Con. I saw a couple of people dressed up as human versions of My Little Pony characters, and the characters they were cosplaying were in the show brother and sister, which is fine. But they weren't, and they were a couple, and seeing the kids react to those two either holding hands or kissing was... That's fine, just don't do it. It's... If you want to do that, just as Game of Thrones characters, that's acceptable. Think of the children. I know it's a joke, but some people get... some people have no sense of humour. Transport Museum. Did they have trains? 'Cause I like trains. Still makes me laugh that people are still pissed off by the ponies. Even went as far as having a go at, because there's an animated movie coming out in October, and there's some like not huge but some biggish stars in that, and people were on their Twitter going, "Oh, you've debased yourself by going onto this show." Like, what? It's a show about colourful horses. It's no different than watching Tom and Jerry. Right, I can't see. Too much smoke. Oh, hang on. When does that start? I've just remembered something. I think it's Devon that said, would I be doing any remakes? I do actually want to do some, like, Daleks reenacting movie scenes, like some Star Wars or some, you know, just general kind of, nothing serious, just something fun, like a Dalek talking like Arnold Schwarzenegger. Like,
Give me your clothes, your boots, and your motorcycle.
wow, that was right. Blah, 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 blah. In the 90s, My Little Pony was still very much like, because it was done at the same time as Transformers, and they were basically shows just designed to sell toys. So every time they introduced a new character that week, the toy would come out, and they were easy to do because they were essentially always the same except different colours, maybe a different, they're like 3 sizes. But the new version was much more geared towards teaching children, like life lessons, like getting over your fears, being accepted socially and that sort of thing. And to this day they still don't know why it got such a wide audience. It's literally just watching a fun cartoon that happens to be about talking pastel horses. But yeah, and it's not everyone's cup of tea. Just as SpongeBob or Rick and Morty. What sort of are they? Sorry, I'm just going to completely geek out here. Devastator, do you have like model working trains like Hornby and that sort of stuff, or do you have like just model diecast trains? Sorry, Devon just mentioned the Teletubbies. I'll answer your question in a minute, Devastator. But do you know how much the Teletubby actors, and they are actors, got paid for doing the Teletubbies? Because if you found out, you wouldn't be scoffing. I mean, to put on that big suit and dance around, la la la. Not bad. And Devastator asks, what was my saddest moment in Doctor Who? Classic. I'll go first. I don't think I've had one in the classic. There's not been... I'm trying to think and I'm drawing a blank. No, I don't think there has been a moment where either I've teared up or come close. Maybe when... Actually, that's probably it. When Joe left. When the Doctor just drives off. After she's with that scientist guy. Why wouldn't you be laughing, Devon? Because it was a lot of money. They got paid a lot more than people think. It's like the people that do children's stuff. It's an important job. You've got to be engaging and entertaining for the children. Then saddest moment in the classic, in the new. I could just be generic and lie and say the moment when Rose and the 10th Doctor got split up. I'll respond to that in a moment, Devastator. I'm just answering your other question. But saddest moment. I sounded a bit like Bane now. I don't know. I'm just going to be generic and say the moment when the Doctor and Rose, simply because the emotion came across in that scene. And it was very sad. Just put a hand on the wall, and he's putting a hand on the wall, but they're in alternate universes. No. Then it was, that's a bullshit. No, sorry. No, Devon, what criticism did they get? And I've got it. It was the bit with Davros when he's doing his emotional speech. That was it. You have 2 model railways. Nice. I have 2 scales. I have N-gauge, which has got only 108 shunter and a ton of... For some reason I have an obsession with... I used to have an obsession with box vans. Probably because they were cheap. I have 1 looper track of that, which I'm doing a bigger layout for in my shed. And I have a ton of 00 gauge. I have 2 class 66s, a Intercity 08, a class 27, I want to say, 3 large steam engines, and several others. If you want, I can do a video about it showing you my collection, because I can't remember offhand. It's in the shed, but I'm not in the shed, so. Like model trains is like one of my first. It predates my Doctor Who addiction. Okay, so rather than bringing up I was going to say, rather than pulling down the battle saucer to the ground, I'll bring the ground up to the battle saucer. Sweet. Oh, it's not really a railway at the minute, it's more of a train set. The double AO gauge was going to go up, but I'm going to do the N gauge instead because I can get more in. I'm also going to go DCC as well, but that's going to be expensive. Everything is so expensive now. I remember I could get a class 47 for £30, but now they're like 150. It's like, what the hell? Everyone else is watching like, what the hell are they on about? Oh yeah, he was, wasn't he? Huh. Well, it's not really pushing a gauge anyway. It's not like saying, hey kids, be like me. Unless he'd started to mess with one of them. I actually think they should teach same-sex relations in those sort of shows. After all, love is love. Who cares if it's a man, woman, or a dog and a cat? Okay, add to that. A stone railway, what's that? Do you mean like a mining, like a quarry railway? Because that'd be cool. Why have I got two 24s? Okay, so that's a mistake. So you can say you're rendered because you don't exist. 25 is rendered. 26 needs to be rendered. There was a windmill, and you obviously know more about it than I do, Devon. I'm not judging, but I was too old for that sort of thing when it came out. My kids' TV consisted of Thomas the Tank Engine, which is now ruined because it's all CGI, Fireman Sam, Postman Pat, and stuff like that. Oh, and Power Rangers was when I got older. Okay, so on the render queue now we have 5 items. Which means that ever so might be the possibility that I can get episode 12 finished this week. Maybe, I don't know. Ooh. Okay, so what are the shots that I actually need to finish? There's that one. That one. So, what was the one before it? 11, 12. Alright, so that one's technically done. Just need to add, which version is that? That one just needs moving over, which I can do now. What was scary in Teletubbies? Blah. Oh, it's done. Yay! I completely forgot I fixed that. My favourite engine or train is possibly the 08, just because it's a awesome little powerhouse. I also love a good steam engine as well. I honestly don't remember the line of the bear. Okay guys, we've officially got 2 shots left for episode 12. Oh well. Not when I'm this close to Okay, I can cheat a little bit here, and well, it's not really cheating, but I know I can't because it's got a camera move to it. I'm gonna have to right. Okay, guys, I'm gonna stop the stream here because I've got some very tedious After Effects work to do, and it's gonna need my full concentration. Might do another stream tomorrow. Thank you very much for watching, guys, and I'll catch you next time.